Thank you very much, guys, for joining us here this afternoon at Parkgate Leisure. Give us a thumbs up if you like these videos, and please do subscribe. This afternoon we are doing a handover video, so we're just going to have a wander around this lovely Swift 630L. So that's the rear lounge model, and look at some of the features and how to use them of this van. Lovely black bonnet cover there. As lots of you will know, this particular vintage of van does suffer a little bit with paint peel, so it looks like somebody's covered up a peeling bonnet there. We've resprayed the front bib, not quite to match, but in a nice contrasting colour just to tidy that up. But anyway, we're not here to talk about that today. We're here to talk about where you put the water and how you turn your heating on, and other such exciting things. And first off, there you go, that's where your water goes. In there, the tank's underslung. We'll show you how to empty that and where it is when we get inside the van. But that's where you stick your hose pipe and where you put your water. There's your electric hookup. As always, the blue flap goes in there, and to release it, press that button before you pull it out. Clip that in for travel. Cassette toilet. This is the newer style with a drop down locker. Somebody's not closed it inside, but there you go. Poor preparation and all that stuff, but that's where your undesirables come out. Pull the lever there, pull the cassette out, take it somewhere responsible and empty it. Make sure it's slid back in properly when you're finished with it. Back corner here, that is your water heater. So you need to take that cover off when you're going to operate the water heater, otherwise it'll fail and you'll get the red light on. A bike rack, tow bar at the back. I'm sure you guys will work out how to use those. External locker, or access to the locker under the seats there. Now that little tap just there is your grey water tank. You can see it hanging down underneath, and that's where you empty your water that is from your shower and sink. Gas locker, got a gas pipe in ready to go. This particular model's got a crash valve on it, so it is deemed as safe to travel with the gas on, but certainly not recommended. If you're having trouble with getting gas through, check that little green button, give it a press, because that will reset it. Diesel, and the ignition key is the key that you use to remove that. You got your wind out canopy up there. The windy handle's in one of the lockers. Remember when you're winding those out, there's lots of videos about that, but remember when you're winding that out to get the legs down as soon as you can, give it some support. So your electric step, that's just there. Up for up, down for down. The first panel that we come across is up here. So you've got a basic on and off there. This turns your water pump on. You can hear it running. No water in the van, that's going to run forever till it burns itself dry, unless there's water in the van. So don't turn that on and just leave it running. That's your outside awning light. That's your inside lights. That turns the whole lot off. This changes between cab and leisure battery. Obviously dangerous to run it on the cab battery, but if you were flat and you plugged it into mains, that would charge your mains battery up. And this, I just turned it off, what a buffoon. Cycles between your fresh and wastewater tanks, both showing as empty, and the time. You've got various other settings and things on there. If you want to get more complicated than the basics I've just shown you, you're going to need to look through the manuals. The pack is neatly tucked away there in the sink. Now then, moving on to the fridge. This is a brand new fridge that we fitted because there was actually a fault with the existing fridge, so it's not the model that you would normally find in this van. So press and hold the power button, on it comes. It's flashing away because there's no mains power selected. If I can remember how to use this, I think you press and hold, there you go, and you can move along. We've now selected 12 volts. So your 12 volt supply, that will only work when the engine's running. 12 volt is not from a battery, it's a 12 volt supply direct from the engine. Oh, that's defaulted back to trying to select mains again, and then you cycle through to gas. You got a little gas flame there. Again, that's going to fail because there's no gas on it. and that's a flashing A for automatic, where it will select whichever power supply it deems as suitable, and then you press and hold your power button to turn it off. So there's your basics of your fridge. Over here, look, someone's made a right mess and pulled the seats out, but there is a reason for that. So we've got some more complex or less daily user bits and pieces in here. There's a load of 12-volt fuses. If something stops working, that's probably one of your first points of call. And there is some mains power stuff, so if things on the 240 volt are not working, check these fuses. You've also got some bits and pieces down there which turn on the mains heater for water and the vehicle, the water heater and also the heating, and you've also got a battery charger which is located over there. I guess those really just want to be left on. So there you go. Moving back here to your gas fire, so twist and hold, you'll hear it clicking. Once it's lit, it'll stop clicking, release that, and you're up and running on gas. On this side, that'll be a nice warm gas fire, but if you want to distribute that heat around the whole van, on this side you've got blown air settings. That's standard setting. You choose the fan speed. That's a twist. That pulls the heat off the back of that fire and distributes it around the various vents all over the van. You've also got mains electric heating, so if you are hooked up to mains, you can select 500, 1000 watts or 2000 watts there. That's a room stat, and again that will turn on electric heat elements in that fire. So you'll just have a hot fire unless you turn the blown air on at that end just to pull the heat off the fire and blow it around the various vents. You can run the electric and the gas at the same time. It'd have to be seriously cold to need to do both, but it might be worth doing when you first jump in the van, and then turn the gas off and let it run on electric. This is your water heater, so that's your temperature setting, and this is on and off. Now we turn that on, there's a little green light I think you can see in there. That's immediately, well, it's clicked, but that is going to fail because obviously there's no gas on at the minute. Yeah, little red lights come on as well now, to signify that that has failed. So under here you'll find the leisure battery tucked away underneath that plastic cover, and right in the back corner is your actual water heater, just down in there, and there is a drain valve in there which you will need to use to empty the water out come winter time. Now there's a big bung in there. That is your fresh water tank bung. So in here under the floor, your fresh water tank. That's outside the van, worth remembering if you are away in very cold weather. And inside there, look, you can see right through to the bottom. That's where the bung goes. Shove the bung in there, fill that with water, otherwise it'll just pour straight out the bottom. Make sure you close the valve on your water heater, and then when you turn the water pump on, it'll pump water around the system. It'll fill the boiler. If you don't shut the boiler valve, it'll pour out the underneath. Fill the boiler, and then everything should run hunky-dory. So I think that really does cover everything. Oh, this is a satellite system maintenance device. I doubt you'll ever use it, but there you go. So that really does pretty much cover everything in this Swift 630. Enjoy your van. Thank you very much. Bye for now.